What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some expectations for this upcoming week, what might cause some volatility in the stock price, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, it is a shorter week, so the market is closed on Monday, but even aside from that, the data points that are here, nothing substantial that could really move the broader market. So you have building permits and starts, that is Wednesday. Last time this was reported, I think in general they came in very positive, causing the stock price, or just the broader market in general, to go up like 1%. So like I said, it's kind of nothing really crazy. Same goes for the FOMC minutes. Probably mid 2024 they were a lot more just random. Nobody really knew what was going to be stated. But over the last couple of minutes that has been released, the market's already kind of anticipated and priced in what they were about to say, and largely has been accurate. So most likely this won't cause any negativity. If anything, it might just reconfirm what the market has already priced in. So again, that is coming out Wednesday. Thursday, you have same old, so a couple of Fed speakers on Thursday as well as even Monday, so during the market close. But aside from that, Friday, existing home sales. So still, last time came in very good. So most likely, even worst case scenario, won't really cause that much disruption in the broader market. The only thing that might potentially affect Lucid this week is Rivian earnings. So we already do know whatever happens to Tesla, good, bad, and the ugly, does trickle down to other EVs. And just the market, just based on the timeliness of when they started production, both Rivian and Lucid have encountered similar problems. So for instance, if Rivian does come out better than anticipated based on the key metrics, as well as gives good future guidance, the market is going to assume similar type of scenario is going to play out for Lucid. Even when Rivian did unveil their Q4 numbers, their tentative numbers caused Lucid as well to go up. So I think in general, Tesla kind of governs a lot of other EVs, and then Rivian and Lucid kind of share this odd connection. That's what I've encountered in the past. So that is coming out Thursday after hours. So once again, just add that to your schedule, because potentially that could cause some volatility in Lucid. Aside from that though, these are all the events that they have planned for this upcoming week. So the Canadian International Auto Show between February the 14th and 23rd. I believe everything else looks like it is starting on Friday. So Lucid Air is in Hamburg, Silicon Valley Auto Show. So Lucid is definitely doing a lot of this type of good marketing, getting their name out there, showing what they can do. I think the only thing that people now are waiting on is Gravity. And so far, there hasn't been all that much in news. Latest flyovers, I think there's been more and more flyovers. I don't know if he has a certain quota, if he's doing 2 per week or anything, but definitely it is greatly appreciated. But aside from that, you haven't really seen this significant ramp up in Gravities. So I think that is going to be one thing that potentially could move Lucid as well. When it comes down to the questions, I've already covered them in my video yesterday. There hasn't been all that much, so most likely don't anticipate anything substantially new. So most likely, even up to the date of their earnings, it is going to be ultimately these questions. So I don't see them changing whatsoever. But aside from that, going into this upcoming week, 20.38% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 242.86 million shares overall are being shorted. So there's been a weird kind of scenario that has been playing out ever since kind of Wednesday/Thursday last week. A lot of heavily shorted stocks, for whatever reason, shorts are starting to return. So even on Friday, shorts did return 4.36 million shares. So most likely that is going to roll over into this upcoming week. So I think just generally this week is going to be very good for Lucid, because Lucid's technicals are looking a-okay. If you have shorts returning, then that's going to even so much more help Lucid. But yeah, I think in general, 20% is crazy high. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. But based on the options, the bulls are anticipating for it to be roughly around that $4 range. And for the week of their earnings, so week ending February the 28th, you see it roughly around the $4.50. bears are anticipating for it to be sub $3 for this upcoming week, and then for the week of their earnings, you're oddly seeing like $1.50, sub $1.50. So that's a little bit far-fetched. Maybe they're anticipating absolute just massacre. I'm not really sure, but as I've stated in the past, when it comes down to Lucid's earnings, I'm going to do a full dedicated video closer to that date, but it all comes down to future guidance. We've seen that more specifically over the last 3 weeks, that companies hit the key metrics, earnings per share, revenue, but they do fail to give good future guidance, and they just get slaughtered like crazy. So hopefully Lucid has forecasted accordingly. They have at least 25,000 in their mind, at least for targets for 2025, and a good chunk of that is Gravity. Hopefully some other good things such as ESS and whatever else. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. With the recent price action that helped Lucid move higher, so even over the last 5 days, I'll give you a quick overview of that. So over the last 5 days, it is up 17.2%. So because of that recent price action, you do have roughly around 19,000 at that 3, and then also 3,000 at that 250. So potentially come Tuesday, once the market does reopen, you'll see some buying coming from market makers, because they don't have Lucid stock readily available to cover all of that. Unfortunately, that 22,000 at that 350 does expire worthless, and that's kind of just the tough thing of earnings ultimately. But even looking for here, so this upcoming week, you have 13,000 at that $3 strike price, 20,000 at that 350. So just watch for both of those. If Lucid, for whatever reason, this upcoming week is able to close above 350, then this is where you could start to see a little bit of a gamma squeeze, possibly. But with it at $3.31, trading between this R1 and the pivot, so $3 is going to be a strong support. Just watch for that to hold. Flip side, $3.40, kind of bounced off of that on Friday, so just watch for it to get hopefully above that early on in the week, and then set the trajectory for it to kind of move higher. So again, that's 340 followed by $3.64. So let me know your viewpoint on that. There might be one thing that does come out this upcoming week. It doesn't make all that much sense, but even 3 days ago, there was a new rating. Benchmark Michael, who has a 44% success rating, gave a buy rating, $5 price target. Amazing stuff. But I've noticed, I don't understand it, and I have yet to find out someone who can actually explain that to me. But why do analysts give ratings before a company's earnings? It just doesn't logically make sense. And nothing really fundamentally has changed for someone to give a rating. Even 22 days ago, like $3 and $2, doesn't make sense whatsoever. But if that maybe Rivian earnings, that might prompt some maybe Lucid ratings. You never know. There's crazier things that has happened. But going into this upcoming week, definitely is very good on the technicals for Lucid, well above all of the key pivotal moving averages, so 100, 200, and 50-day moving average, as well as ALMA. Only negative thing I do want to bring up is the fact that it is rather overbought. So first sign of weakness, you could see a pullback, and that could come from Lucid itself or just a broader market. So anticipate a lot of volatility, but I think this upcoming week looks pretty a-okay if you ask me. So let me know your thoughts on all of that. Throw your price prediction for Lucid in the comments below by the end of the week, where you see it going, and all the other fun jazz. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.